Paul, welcome to Floor Talk. It's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much, Judy.
So I want to start off by talking about the company. Tell me about OS Therapies.
OS Therapies, when we started it, OS stood for osteosarcoma. Osteosarcoma is a very deadly pediatric bone cancer. My daughter's best friend was diagnosed with it. I often tell the end of the story because she's doing great. She just got into UCLA med school, and she's probably going to be a pediatric oncologist someday, so that's really exciting. Unfortunately, a lot of kids pass away from this, and there's been no new treatment in over 40 years. So our mission was to bring new treatments to osteosarcoma. We just finished our clinical trial that shows some promise, and we can talk about that in a little bit.
So now you listed last August 2024 on NYSE American. Tell me about the company's progress since your IPO.
A lot of companies go public for different reasons, some to cash out, some because they need the money. We needed the money, but we also needed exposure for our platform technologies. We have two platform technologies. One is a off-the-shelf immunotherapy, and that's what we're using for the osteosarcoma, and we're going to pivot to other solid tumors. The other platform technology is what's called an antibody drug conjugate. It's like a mini micro delivery system of drugs, and it gives you very specific targeted delivery of therapeutics to certain solid tumors.
Okay, so you recently released some impressive clinical data. Tell me about that.
Sure. So 2 weeks ago, we announced the top-line results of our phase 2b clinical trial. A lot of people think that you're going to have to go to a phase 3 trial, but in a rare pediatric disease, the FDA approved over 60 orphan approvals last year for rare and pediatric diseases. What that clinical trial showed was, one, that we had very minor side effects, chills and slight fever, and that was because we're giving the body biologic infection. We're shutting it down at hour 4, but the immune system responds, and that's where we're getting the chills and slight fever. The results show that a third of the patients had a therapeutic benefit. They did not recur. The cancer did not come back to their lungs for the entire 52 weeks, which is a huge win for these patients.
Now, since your IPO, you've had a great deal of exposure for your technology. Talk to me about that.
Well, one of the things is we moved to the Johnson & Johnson J Labs here in Lower Manhattan. We've had a really great experience at New York Stock Exchange American. They've really rolled out the red carpet for us, the interviews like this with you, the opportunity to ring the bell and to have a really big platform to share our platform technologies. We're getting success in our clinical trials for patients. And we hope to pivot, hopefully we get approval from the FDA, at least conditional approval from the FDA by the end of this year. That gets us a priority review voucher. Those are going for about $150 million of non-dilutive funds that would go into the company. We can use that to pivot to commercialization. We also are going to pivot to other solid tumors, and we're also going to invest in that ADC technology.
All right, and finally, Paul, tell me, what are some of the big milestones that are coming for OS Therapies?
Well, we're finishing up the comparative data for the phase 2b trial. We'll take that to the FDA. We'll see what they think. They've asked us to come with what's called a synthetic case match control, so we're comparing patients to patients, apples to apples. We'll get some feedback from them on the data. With that, we'll have some opportunities to out-license the osteosarcoma in humans in either ex-US or globally, or we'll commercialize it ourselves. Dogs also get osteosarcoma. There are only 1,000 kids a year that get osteosarcoma, but in dogs, it is the #1 disease killer of dogs. #2 killer after automobiles. 30 to 40,000 dogs a year get osteosarcoma. We have the rights to that, and we're going to out-license that or commercialize it ourselves. And we just announced some really exciting data yesterday. We ended up making a financial arrangement with our licensor. We are now directly going to license our technology from the University of Pennsylvania, where the technology was developed.
All right, well, it looks like exciting times ahead for the company. It's been wonderful to have you on Floor Talk, Paul. Thank you for joining me.
Great to be here. Thank you, Judy.